The search for the remaining girls is still on, while their families have kept hope alive to see their loved ones a decade after they were forcefully taken to Sambisa Forest while writing their senior secondary school leaving examination. And joining me via Zoom from Lagos to talk about the state of the rescued girls and their families a decade after the incident is the Director, Media and Communications of Chibok Community, and also a strategic team member of the Bring Back Our Girls movement, Dr. Allen Manasseh. Thank you for joining NTA News.
Thank you for having me.
It's been 10 years, Doctor, since the unfortunate abduction, since the abduction of the schoolgirls on the verge of completing their secondary school. And now more than half have been rescued and others are still unaccounted for. How does this make the good people of Chibok community feel, especially families of the victims?
Well, to be honest, it's a very difficult situation for most of the parents and the loved ones of, especially those who are still having their daughters in abduction 10 years after. For those that their daughters were able to escape and those that the government was able to negotiate the rescue and the release of two batches of the Chibok girls, first 21 and the second 82, they are happy that their children are back, while they also join hopefully to wait with other parents that are still expecting their children to be back. And together we will be joyful to have the children back, because if we could cast back, we will see the joy on the faces of the parents that came to Abuja to welcome the rescued girls in the past. They were so happy to see their daughters back. And as we always say, as community, as people of Chibok, we are always ready to welcome our girls in whichever form or shape they are coming back. They are welcome to be back, and we are ready to receive them anytime they either escaped or they are rescued by our security forces.
And speaking of having them back in any form or shape, more than 20 of the rescued girls in the last few years have come back with 34 children after being forcefully married to insurgents. How are they coping with the trauma, and what psychological interventions have been given to them?
That segment of the girls are our point of concern currently, because we have seen even those that came back the first 2 years after the abduction. Some of them are still passing through lots of trauma, and they are not completely healed because of the kinds of damage the terrorists have caused on them, abducting them at that tender age, right from school and into the forest with terrorists for over 2 years. So if those ones are still suffering from different kinds of trauma, you could imagine the level of trauma that these ones that spent close to 10 years before escaping or before getting rescued, and they are coming back not as young girls, but are coming back with children that they did not decide to give birth to. But because the terrorists took them and forced them into sex slavery, and they were forced to give birth to children that some of them are not even ready to take care of. So we are expecting that this set should get the maximum kinds of attention, whereby their psychosocial counseling and trauma healing will be top-notch, and remove them completely from areas that they could be associated with their assailant. Because recently we are reading about them being associated with their captors, in Borno State. We are saying they need to be moved out completely from that location so that they can have complete healing, and then be supported by all individuals, governments, and organizations that are available and are ready to help them to heal, to get back to life and develop themselves to be able to take care of the children they are forced to carry.
All right, Doctor, briefly, in addition to healing from this trauma, what are the hopes and expectations, especially for those who are not yet accounted for? Briefly, Doctor.
We from the first call is to expedite action to get these girls back. But today we are 10 years. But the fact that even close to the 10 years, we are still having girls escaping from their captors, it is possible that the government can put all its acts together with the crude intelligence the girls are providing. The government can find a way of rescuing these girls and bring them back home and alive and reunite them with their families. It's a possible, it's a doable thing, and that will send a very strong signal to all others that are still in abduction that Nigerians and the Nigerian government cannot give up on them. We still keep hope alive and we are still fighting to have them back because they are our citizens. We love them and we are ready to have them back. And then also to ensure that we do not force children to begin to choose between going to school and staying alive in this situation where the terrorists are feeling that they have been emboldened to keep attacking schools through the 10 years.
Thank you very much, Doctor. And that is the hope of every Nigerian. I've been speaking with Dr. Manasseh Allen, a strategic member of the Bring Back Our Girls movement and also the Director Communications of the Chibok community, speaking on the anniversary of the Chibok abduction and hopes for the return of those unaccounted for.